Lord Gouranga.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamaiham Dadanti Shopadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Siyutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Nitvam Tvam Sajivam Sadvitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padanusahagana Lalitam Sri Vishakha Nitvangsha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacham Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo 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 Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvese Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare Ajanulambita bhuja kanakabadato Sankirtaneikapitaro kamalayatakhyo Vishwambaro dijavaro jugadharma palo Bande jagat priyakaro karunavataro Bande jagat priyakaro karunavataro Bande jagat priyakaro karunavataro. Hare Krishna. By the mercy of Sri Guru Gouranga and by the mercy of all previous acharyas, by the special mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas assembled here, by Mahaprabhu's mercy, we have chance to hear something about his teachings, followed by the acharyas. According to our Siddhanta, Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta, acharyas, through acharyas, the essence of Shastra manifest. Many times we are trying to independently want to read or want to study Shastra, but it is very difficult to understand. Shastra, holy name, dham, deity, all spiritual paraphernalia revealed through a pure Vaishnava. So Tattva also same. Like yesterday we are hearing about Mahaprabhu's motto or Mahaprabhu's what Mahaprabhu wants to give us. Mahaprabhu came here to give us Braj Prem. Ama bina anya nare Braj Prem dite. My other incarnations, they can come, they can inaugurate Sankirtan mission. But without me, no one can give Braj Prem. Therefore I came. You see, just imagine, our achievement is Braj Prem. Not to eat nicely, not to sleep nicely, just maintaining life, good life, healthy life, pious life. We are rejecting even these pious ideas. In bhakti, these pious activities and sinful activities, both are in bondage. We are rejecting this idea. We are not going to different tirthas to achieve some pious activities. We want Braj Prem. We are worshipping Tulsi. This is in Madhurya Rasa, like yesterday we were discussing 2 times. In Madhurya Rasa. And Hare Krishna Mahamantra also Madhurya Rasa. Braj Prem is there. If someone chant offenselessly, and by Acharya's mercy, he got this realization, holy name is not different from Krishna. And without offense, if he will chant pure name, then Surup will reveal. This is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and all our Acharyas' teachings. In which mellow Krishna want to release with us? We don't know. So Krishna will reveal these things. By hearing and by chanting, when we continue this our devotional life and chant pure name. This is Braj Prem, Radha Prem. This is topmost things. But actually our condition is different. We are Krishna Bahirmukha. One is Antarmukha, one is Bahirmukha. Our face not towards Krishna. A humming hache. Our face is not towards Krishna. Our face is towards material world, material enjoyment. This body, home, heart. For us, this is very important. Body is important, human body is important, there is no doubt. But it is important only meant for Krishna Bhakti. Therefore, Prabhupada always repeating these words, Rishabhadev's statement. Na hang deho deho bhajar nuloke kastan kama na arhati bidibujamji. This is not our aim to settle for this body. We can settle something very nicely. No. Parabhavastabodha jatam javatana jigyasayatma tattvam. This is Rishabhadev's teaching. Parabhavastabodha jatam. However expert you may be. Sound একটু ক্লিয়ার করো, হামিং হচ্ছে না? আচ্ছা, ভলিউমটা একটু কম করো, নাহলে একটু কম করো, ভয়েসটা একটু পাতলা করো। হরে কৃষ্ণ, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে, ইকোটা একটু কম করো। হরে কৃষ্ণ, ঠিক আছে, থাক। পরাভবস্তাবদবোধ জাতম যাবত ন জিজ্ঞাসয় আত্মতত্ত্বম। तब तक हम will defeat whatever capacity we have. According to our intelligence, according to our capacity, we may arrange best thing for this body. Still will defeat. Still Maya will defeat us. Maya is Krishna's energy. Maya is Krishna's energy. Mama Maya. Maya is very strong. Mama Maya durattvaya. Durattvaya. Very difficult to crush over the influence of Maya. Very difficult. So how to overcome this Maya? Then we will enter to the sphere of spiritual life. We want, like a spiritual desire will arise. And now we have spiritual desire to solve our material problems. Like Indian people, you can see, they are spiritually, their mental is like, you can say mental status is all spiritual. Why spiritual? Looks like they are spiritual persons. No, to solve material problem. This is not spiritual according to our standard, Gaudiya standard. No, this is not spiritual. This is not spiritual. So spiritual sphere means first we have to understand the teachings of Mahaprabhu, Sriman Mahaprabhu. If someone comes to Mahaprabhu's fold, Gouranga Mahaprabhu's fold, then his spiritual life begins. Others, they have glimpse, you can say, they have some shadow of spiritual life. Why shadow? At best, they have desire for liberation, not Prem Bhakti, Suddha Bhakti. No. Only Mahaprabhu came here. And he informed us, this human life is only meant for Krishna Prem. So how to enter to that sphere, spiritual sphere, Krishna Prem sphere? So beginning, we have to understand, who am I? See, because Maya is very strong, he is not allowing us, Antarmukha, he is not allowing this Jiva Shakti, Maya Shakti and Tatastha Shakti, Swarup Shakti, Jiva Shakti, Tatastha Shakti. Swarup Shakti, Maya Shakti, Chit, Achit and Tatastha Shakti. Swarup Shakti means always helping, just go towards Krishna, help, just go and serve Krishna. And Achit Shakti, Maya Shakti means you will create always obstacle. No, you can't. You can't go towards Krishna. Avranatmika, Prakhipatmika, it's two energy. He will not allow you. Very trickly, looks like spiritually. You should look like we are cultivating all spiritual items. We are staying within the ashram, we are seeing the deity, we are chanting holy name, we are taking prasadam, we are wearing tulsi mala, putting tilak, studying Srimad Bhagavatam, still Maya is coming. You want to understand what is Maya? You see, here is Maya. We are decorating our body like temple, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, taking prasadam, still Maya is very influential. There is, for a conditioned soul, there is no other way to counteract this Maya. Then you have no other way. Only one thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Sanatana Goswami, Tate Krishna bhaje kare Guru ra sevan, Maya jala chute pai Krishna ra charan. Maya jala. Maya is just like a net. Very fine net. Fish are always within this net. Finish. They are within the water, within the net, but they are thinking, oh, I am okay. No, you are within the net now. Although you are in water, anytime fisherman will come, he will pull you out. Maya is like that. Maya means, we can say in simple definition, own happiness. In our language we can say Maya. In Maya many definitions you can find in Shastra. But if you can say in a very short way, Maya means where your own happiness is there, this is Maya. Bas. I like, in English, everyone saying, I like Maya. Very difficult to distinguish what is Maya, what is Krishna. Tate Krishna bhaje kare Guru ra sevan. This is Mahaprabhu's statement to Sanatana Goswami. Only there is two ways. You have to chant Hare Krishna. Tate Krishna bhaje. Bhaje means service and chanting. Where in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, bhajan word is coming. Bhajan means bhakti and also seva. We cannot complete our devotional life without three things: kaik, bachik and manasik. This is in fourth canto, Dhruva Maharaj's life history. Although 5-year-old boy Narada Muni instructing him, okay, you have to meditate you have to meditate on Vishnu's form. This is manasik. And you have to utter holy name. Give mantra, Om Nam Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And you have to collect flower, collect water. 5-year-old boy. You cannot say, okay, I will chant Hare Krishna, then I will get perfection. No, through this body you have to serve. Make this body spiritual. Because this body, otherwise if you don't engage your body in Krishna service, Maya will enjoy. Maya will enjoy you. We have three things: Like Bachik and Manasik. Tate Krishna Bhaje. When this word bhajan is coming, holy name with service. Goswamis have deities. They are taking care of their deities. You are a preacher, okay, this is good. But you have to do some service. Otherwise, what you are preaching, this is theoretical. You don't know. You don't have relationship with Krishna, how to love Krishna, how to talk with him, how to feed him. Then what can you talk to others? You don't know how he's sleeping, how he's talking. You don't have feelings. Now, through body you have to serve. And through mind you have to meditate Krishna's form, Krishna's Srila. And through your tongue, you have to utter holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the only way. So, Tate Krishna Bhaje Kore Guru Sevan. Someone can ask this question. I don't have desire to serve Krishna. I don't have desire to chant holy name. Then what can I do? What can I do? You see, our achievement is prema. How to go towards prema? We are discussing these things. It is the beginning. We don't have desire to serve, to chant. We have desire to work something for this body. We have strong desire. No one feels weak when no one feels weak when he is working for his body, for his family. Is there any retirement in family life? Anyone can say? No, when you come to spiritual life, everyone wants retirement. No. In spiritual life, no retirement, always engagement. If in spiritual life someone wants retirement, means he is not a spiritual person. Prabhupada said, we don't have retirement. Why feel laziness? Why feel this is a big burden? That means you don't have love. You can go to village area, you can see, we are village boys, we know. 80 or 90-year-old Matajis, when cows are going to field for gazing, if cows are passing, how can you say, cow dung, they are collecting. Oh, they cannot walk even. Still they are collecting. Oh, this cow dung, it is for my, I will prepare cow dung cake. It is for my family. They are so attachment for their family. They don't feel their retirement. Even they are, sometimes they are take caring kids. So where in spiritual life there is retirement? Why you feel like that? We don't have desire to serve Krishna. Spiritually laziness. We feel like that. Because Maya influence is there. When we want to do for ourselves, we feel very healthy. When we want to do some for Krishna, so many conditions. In service condition, in your family you have condition, always compromising. Therefore you are staying in family life. Always compromising. But here no compromise. I want these things, you have to fulfill, otherwise I will not do seva. This is Maya. Maya is very powerful. Through Acharya statement, we have discriminated. What is Maya? Why my desire is not coming to serve Krishna? Why my desire is not coming? Therefore, Acharya introduced Daiva Varnashram system. And why Mahaprabhu, when Sanatana Goswami said, who am I? Immediately Mahaprabhu said, Jiver Swarupa hai Krishna Nitya Das, Krishna Tatastha Sakti Veda Veda Prakash. Inconceivable. We are like inconceivable potency. Sometimes same and difference. We are Krishna's Das. We are not Indian, we are not American, we are not from this country, that country, Bengali, Odia. No. We are Krishna's. First we have to decide to whom I am belongs to. I am belongs to Krishna or not. That is the beginning of our spiritual life. Who am I? Then if you are Krishna's, then what you are doing for Krishna? If you are not doing something for Krishna, then how you are a servant? You are not a servant. This is basic, this is the basic standard of spiritual life. I am Krishna's. We don't have even such proud, I am Krishna's. Only you continue one mood, you cannot. You will always be in happiness. What to speak about Suddha Prema Ananda? Only if you think I am Krishna's. A real identity. This Abhiman, how can you say real ego, Prabhupada said in English. This real ego. Like false ego, I am Indian. I am an officer. I am a millionaire. This false ego. Real ego, I am Krishna's. Jiva Krishna das ei vishwas karile tar dukha nai. Radha Krishna bola 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 re sabai. This is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Why unhappiness? Why distress? Why you are feeling we are losing so many things? When you came to this material world in Uriya, there is although they looks like Mayavadis, but they wrote down so nice instructions. When you came, you don't have any dress. Naked you came. When we will go, also same. Whatever you are earning here, that is Krishna's. But you are demanding, no, this is mine. When you came, anyone comes with dress, with ornament, only Krishna. Everyone came here naked. A naked guy, he is now young, he is thinking, oh, I am the owner. You are a naked guy. Who is naked? Madman. All are mad. We are mad. Mad. Yes, naked guy. You don't know anything. But we have to understand, who am I? I am Krishna's das. I am not belongs to this material world. I am not belongs to father. I am not belongs to mother. We are not in debt to anyone. You understand? I have this duty, I have to do these things for country. No, I am Krishna's. This is harsh thing. I am not opposing you. Okay, you want to serve country? Be a social man. You want to have a family? Okay, just to grace the life. You want to become Krishna's? You may be brahmachari, grasta, vanaprastha, sannyas. Come to Krishna's fold. Don't try to please everyone. I want to please my country. I want to please my family. I want to please my wife. I want to please my friend. Same time I want to please Krishna. You don't have five mind. You are not Krishna. You can please everyone. This is not possible. You are Krishna's. Jiva Krishna das. When our Gurudev was there, like now my brahmacharis, sometimes I am speaking about brahmacharis because they are ornament of temples. Brahmachari life, carefree life, happy life. Happy life. There is chance for serving Krishna. Our Gurudev never used to allow us to go to our house, our home. You cannot see your father, mother. He said, who is your father? Krishna. You cannot say, I am only one son. Dhritarashtra have 100 sons. What happened, Baba? You are one son. Dhritarashtra, he had 100 sons. Everyone died. Why you are thinking about father, mother? You are Krishna's. We are not cruel. It looks like cruel. Oh, you are not take care of father, mother. Sometimes devotee saying, oh, I will take care. You will take care. You are Krishna. You are suffering in your karma phala. You want, I will take care. Who are you? You are unable to raise your hand. If paralyzed, Krishna will paralyze you. You want to take care of someone. No, this is Varnashram system. Asuric Varnashram system. You understand? I am a grihastha. I have to take care of my family. I am brahmachari. Oh, I will, like yogis, I'll become brahmachari. They don't have relationship with Krishna. But Daiva Varnashram is different. Okay, you are grihastha, I am brahmachari, he is sannyasi. Mahaprabhu gives one front. This is the beginning step or entrance to the sphere of Braj Prem. What is that? Daiva Varnashram. Dharmaswanishtita pangsa vishwaksena katha suja natu utpadayad jadirati sramaye vahi kevalam. But this is Varnashram. You are brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, this is good. But if you don't have interest towards Krishna Katha, useless. Useless. Mahaprabhu rejected this idea. You know, when Mahaprabhu was dancing in Srivas Angan, this brahmachari came, who was only drinking milk. And Srivas thinking, oh, he's a pure person because only drinking milk. He's allowing. Okay, you just hide here, you can see Mahaprabhu's dance. Because he requests Srivas, I want to see Mahaprabhu's dance. But Mahaprabhu said, no. Only devotees. No desire. Devotee means free from desire. Varnashram system, Daiva Varnashram system helping these things. In Asuric Varna system, they don't have any system. No guru. Brahmans, Karmakandi Brahmans, they help for family. Okay, you do this fire sacrifice, then your son will get some job. You do this worship, then your daughter will be married. This is Asuric Varnashram, our Daiva Varnashram. You may be Brahmachari, Grasta, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. Chari Varnashram jadi Krishna, this is Mahaprabhu's. Chari Varnashram jadi Krishna nahi bhaje, so karma kariya sai auravate maje. He will go to hell. You are doing like, in India they are very proud. I am very honest. I am working very nicely. I am maintaining. I am not cheating anyone. Okay, you are not a cheater. You are working. By whose energy you are working? You brought some energy anywhere? Krishna is giving you energy. He is a cheater who is not worshipping Krishna. He may be in society, he is a perfect. He is not serving Krishna, he is not chanting Krishna, he is not worshipping Krishna. He is a cheater. But social people say, oh no, he is an honest person. Who is honest here? We are saying, he is an honest man. No. If someone is not cheating Krishna, chanting Hare Nam, serving Krishna, he is a cheater. Mahaprabhu, Srivas introduced, and Mahaprabhu went start to dance. This is Brajabhav. Mahaprabhu said, no. Why I don't feel any happiness? Is there someone here who is not a devotee? Repeatedly said. Srivas said, yes, one brahmachari is there. Very strict brahmachari, only drinking milk. Mahaprabhu said, what nonsense? Only by drinking milk someone became brahmachari, then he can see my dance? You have no bhakti? Kick him out from here. Kick him out from here. Are you are a grihastha. Srivas was grihastha, but he is a strict brahmachari, drinking only milk. But Mahaprabhu kick him out. Our life begins from here. We are Krishnas. That we have to understand. I don't have any duty in this material world. I have to take care of my father. No. You see, don't misunderstood me. This is high standard. You want Krishna Prem, this is the standard. We are discussing about Krishna Prem. We want to go to that sphere. Radharani, we want to become Radharani's mad servant, like you are praying to Tulsi, first beginning. Many times you have wife, like Gurudev said, many times you are married. Gurudev used to say to brahmacharis, why you are crying for marriage? This is not your first life. Many life you already married. Why you are crying? Many life we serve father, mother, country, this thing. This is at least this one life you should give to Krishna. And free from this anxiety, material anxiety. Many life you serve anyone. And whole life honestly you serve your wife, your children, your country. You cannot satisfy a single person. Try. Anyone, can you show me any leader, any person satisfied? Anyone? Ramchandra Mahaprabhu failed to satisfy. What to speak about you? You want to become king? Ramchandra Mahaprabhu was king. He failed to satisfy the citizens. They complained. And you want to be honest and you want to satisfy. Forgot this idea. Our Gurudev was very strong. He used to say, hey, you want to try to please your wife. Huh? He speak like that. You want to try to please your wife. You know how much effort you are doing to please your wife. Just if 1% effort you do for Krishna, Krishna will please. This is standard. Why I will use my... But be careful, we are not hating our wife. We are discussing one part, but it does not mean we don't like. Everyone is Krishna's. If you don't have such vision, don't develop attachment. Loving is different, attachment is different. They are Krishna's part and parcel. Just love everyone. But attachment. I used to say one statement, love love for all, heart for none. Like these boys, when they are using one banner, used to banner. How can I say? They are using T-shirts. Before age, like 20 years before, I saw in one railway station. So, love for all, heart for none. Man, that boy is loving someone. That's what he's saying. I love everyone, but my heart is only for one girl. When I was sitting there, I just read this. And from that day, I keep this in mind. Yes, this is the proper thing for us. Love for all. This Prabhu is good, he is good, but I will not give heart to anyone. This is reserve, reserve seat. This is reserve for Guru and Krishna. This is our standard, at beginning. You may be brahmachari, no problem. You may be grahastha, no problem. Krishna. You are Krishna's. And you have to prove it. Bhakti Vigna Thakur said. Dara putra, tumara bolia, rakhya kari, ami matra palak hoya. This house belongs to you, this wife belongs to you, this children belongs to you. I am just protecting, I am nothing else. Tumara karjate tabe uparjiva dhana, tumara sansara bhara kariba bohana, bhalo mando nahi jani seva matra kari, tumara sansare ami visaya prahari. I don't know whether I am doing good or bad. I am just earning money just for your family. Love for all, heart for none. This starting varnashram system. You are a brahmachari, is good, but your love should be for Krishna. You are a grahastha for Guru and Krishna. This is starting of our spiritual life. Free from desire, naiskramya. Unless you come to free from desire stage, you cannot enter to bhakti. Niskama karyama yoga means beginning of bhakti. Therefore, 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said about that thing. You are doing service, but you are not free from desires. Then how can you become das? Therefore, we are suffering. A real servant never feel anxiety. You understand? Those are servant, real servant. They are not in anxiety. Master is always in anxiety. Because master order, servant just sweep, clean it nicely. He sit down. Finish his job. But master have to look after whether he clean nicely or not. He is always in anxiety. Sweeper is not in anxiety. Servant is never in anxiety. If you are in servant position, dasya bhav, then you maintain your family, no problem. In dasya mood, if you are a brahmachari, no problem. But we want to become master. This is the problem. Acting like a servant, mood is like a master. Double role. Single role is good. Understand? Double roles. Sometimes hero, sometimes comedian, sometimes villain. We are like that. Double role. I am servant. We are taking initiatives. We are das. But mood is master. Prabhupada said, I am not saying these things. Prabhupada said this thing. Everyone have master mind. They want to become master of the master. This is our problem. No, I am Krishna's. Everything is Krishna's service. I have to serve. I don't have any demand. No condition, no demand. Whenever there is some service is there, I am waiting. I am waiting. And Dasya Bhav Bhakti Vigna Thakur mentioning how, like Bhakti Vigna Thakur said, if you establish in that stage, I am Krishna's, there is no happiness and no distress, always happiness. And what is condition of a servant? How he lead his life? Always happy. He never thinks about maintenance. If ahara achchadana chinta vrutha kurvanti vaishnava jogusu vishwambara prabhu katham bhaktanupakhyate. He is not a Vaishnava who is thinking about his maintenance. Who will maintain me? Who will feed me? You are a Vaishnava? You are a Vaishnava, you are chanting Hare Krishna, you are thinking who will feed me? Krishna is Vishwambara. How can he just reject his disciples? This is not possible. He is not a Vaishnava who is always thinking about maintenance. No. No. Basiya suya tomar charana Chintiva satami নাচিতে নাচিতে নিকটে যাইব যখন ডাকিব তুমি. This is like Mahaprabhu, Bhakti Vigna Thakur compare. Oh, I am dog. I am dog. Krishna, your master, I am dog. Like a dog is always looks like sleeping. He's not sleeping. Thinking about master. When master will come? Always thinking about master. Master will come, slap me, feed me. If you are a servant, anything you perform, you will be unhappy. We are not. We are a pretender, like our in Gurudev's language. We are pretenders. Outwardly looks like servant, inside master mood. Therefore, we are suffering. Krishna Das, Vishwas. What to speak of? You are acting on Krishna Das stage. If you have faith that I am Krishna's Das, no unhappiness. Vasiya soya tumara charana chinti vasatatasam. Whenever you call me like dog, come here, Papu, come here, you will dance immediately. When Guru Vaishnava said, hey, come here, just do the service. We are thinking big burden came. So, we are not big burden. He is calling, authority is calling, president is calling. And a dog never thinks about his maintenance. We are less than a dog. What sort of servant we are? When you have anxiety, thoughts for maintaining this body, you are not a servant. No. Nijar posana kabhu na chintivam rahiv bhavera bhore bhakati vinod tomara palaka bolia varana kare. This is Bhakti Vigna Thakur's Mahajanas. No need to study many shastras. If you are very expert in Bhakti Vigna Thakur's songs, Narottam Das Thakur's songs, Prabhupada used to say, you are learned. Just try to understand the purport. You are my maintainer. Varana kare. This word, many times you can find this is Varana. Varana, no? If someone married person, they can know. When they are married, boys and girls, they are married, priest used to give a garland and chanting some mantra, reciting some mantra. And this girl will say, okay, from today, I am accepting you as my husband for this life, or for 6 months. This is nonsense. Divorce is going on. This nonsense idea came from West. Divorce. This is child play. Marriage is child play. You are divorce. What? Our Gurudev said, once marriage, no divorce. Once divorce, no marriage. This is not child play. And when the boy is giving this garland, this girl said, for life after life, I am accepting you as my husband. This is called Borana. This garland is called Borana Mala. And we are accepting Krishna as like that. Guru as like that. For life, Chakhyudan Dilaji. You see, connected? Janme Prabhu say. Life after life. We are not in that platform, servant platform. We are suffering. Why will think about maintenance? I accept you as my everything. Nijar poshana kabhuna chintiva. Never I will think about my maintenance. In Varnashram system, in Daiva Varnashram system, 2 things. Whether you are brahmachari, grasta, vanaprastha or sannyas. You should be guided by Guru. You must accept Guru. Perform Sravana and Kirtanam. Whatever activities you are performing, it should be for pleasure of Krishna. Like this is example for Arjuna. Arjuna, you are Kshatriya, you have to fight for my pleasure. My pleasure. Don't think about happiness and distress. This is starting. Niskam. Now you are entering to spiritual field. We have desires. When you have desire, you are not serving Krishna. Krishna will not accept. You get some past things. You cannot enter to spiritual sphere. And proof? Na dhanam. Mahaprabhu said, okay, you want to chant Hare Krishna, you have bead bag, huh? You know? You are chanting, you want to keep Krishna Prem in the bag, you know? Tulsi Mala is in the bag. But inside one bag is also in your heart. We are chanting Hare Krishna. Mahaprabhu said, na dhanam. But in our heart, in that bag, yes, I want money. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. You see, always Mahaprabhu said, no. Niskam. This is indicating niskam. I don't want. Not one saying, na dhanam, na janam, na sundari kavitangba. Like Bhakti Thakur said, I don't want, I already accept your maintenance. And Mahaprabhu said, dhana jana nahi magi, kavita sundari, suddha bhakti deha more, Krishna kripa kari. It is not possible for a human to become free from all desires. We can kick out material desires, but spiritual desires, I want Suddha Bhakti. That is beginning. You may be Grostha, I may be Sannyasi, he may be Brahmachari. We have to perform some activities for the pleasure of Krishna under the direction of Guru. And for that thing, Sravana and Kirtanam is essential. You have to hear. Therefore, Arjuna first hear Bhagavad Gita. First become a student, surrender at lotus feet of Guru, hear Bhagavad Gita, then you fight. This is our procedure. Unless you hear, you cannot do. Desire will come. Desire is very prominent. You cannot perform some service for the pleasure of Krishna. Because master mood will come. I am serving. Yes. Dasya Narad Pancharatra. Sri Hare Bhakti Dasyam cha Sarvavukte Paramam Mune Vaishnavanam Abhimatam Sarat Saram Parat Param. What is the essence of, we can say, in Vaishnava philosophy? This is Narad Pancharatra. Sri Hare Bhakti Dasya. Sri Hare Bhakti Dasya. I want a servant. Because this servant, this service mood, it continue up to Dasya Rasa is everywhere. Dasya is in pure Dasya in Dasya, Sakhya also in Dasya, Vatshalya also Dasya, Madhurya, Dasya. And that Dasya is topmost. Where? In Madhurya Prem, like Radharani. You understand? When your Dasya Rasa became more mature, then you become a real humble. Humble, gentle, all good quality will come. Because you are a now real servant. Unless you become a real servant, you cannot develop divine qualities. Therefore, Srila Bhakti Vigna Thakur said, don't try to perform some effort to achieve the qualities separately. I want to become gentle, I want to become humble. This is not possible. Just focus on Bhakti, Bhakti Vigna Thakur said. By the mercy of Bhakti Devi, you can achieve everything. We have to pray for that. We are Krishna's. First we have to understand, then we have to pray. Krishna, help me, I want to serve you. Tomar Nityadas, Mohohar Mahaprabhu said this thing in Sikhastakam. In Sikhastakam, everything is there. We are Krishna's. Where is? In Bhagavad Gita, Mamimangsa Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. In Sikhastakam, Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitama Bisame Bhabambudo. We are Krishna's. I am yours. I fall down anyhow here. Please, you deliver me. Tomar Nitya Dasamai Toma Pasariyam Padiya Che Bhavarnave Maya Baddha Hayam Krupa Kari Karamore Pada Dhuli Sama Tomara Sevaka Kare Tomara Sevana. So nicely, this is Ainanda Tanuja's translation. Tomar Nitya Das. I am eternal Krishna servant, but I forgot you. And I am just fall down here. And Maya just interrupt me. Why I am suffering here? Please accept me as your feet dust. Because I am your servant. Tomara sevaka kara, tomar sevan. I want to serve you. This is Krishna Bhakti. Like Narada Pancharatra we are reciting. Sarat saram parat paramam. If anything is essence is there, there is Krishna. To become a servant. Topmost servant. When you in Madhurya Rasa, topmost servitor mood, topmost servitor mood. And no one can serve Radharani. Like, even we are sannyasis, sometimes we want, I want rest. Can anyone say to me, any of you can say, when gopis are taking rest? They are sleeping 6 hours? They have, how can I say, schedule? No. Their eating time, sleeping time, nothing. Dasya. When they are sleeping, whole night they are dancing, serving Radha and Krishna. They don't have time. Daytime preparing, garlands, bhogas, everything. Bhakti kalpa latika. Nasti dasyat param srevo. Nasti dasyat param padam. Nasti dasyat paro labho. Nasti dasyat param sukham. If you become true servant, there is no other happiness. There is no other achievement. There is no other auspiciousness. There is no other destination. If you become a real servant. If you become a real servant. At this servitor mood become mature. It starts from Dasya Rasa. If you become Suddha, Mahaprabhu comes to give this Suddha Rasya. First beginning. I am a servant, free from desire, hear Krishna Gatha, serve Krishna under guidance of Guru, purify your heart, chant nicely, your heart will cleanse, then by mercy of holy name, by Krishna Gatha, then you will develop desire, pure desire will come. Unless you hear, unless you serve, you cannot develop pure desire. Krishna, I don't want anything. I want only you. Why this desire? We are suffering here. But why this desire is not coming? Even we are devotees, we are suffering. Everyone knows. But why this desire is not coming? No. Unless we hear, we can't. And when it matured, you cannot find any. When Dasya became matured, you cannot find anything. No enviousness, no jealousy, no hatred. Be servant, you are a real servant, like Radharani. Antalila. Je gopi more kare dos, Krishna re kare santos, Krishna jare kare abhilasam, mui tare ghar jaya, tare sebu dasi haya, tobe moro sukhera ullas. Where is the question of enviousness? Radharani wants to become mad servant to whom Krishna like. Krishna said, if Radharani, she said, if Krishna likes some gopis, but these gopis, she is envious to me, therefore she is not coming to Krishna. But Krishna is unhappy. I will go to such gopi, I will fall down at his lotus feet, I will please her, because Krishna wants. What is the question of enviousness? And in that purport, Prabhupada mentioning, a devotee should engage himself exclusively for the satisfaction of Krishna without personal motives. That will make life successful. This servant means no personal motive, no personal desire, no personal demand. No. You have to adjust. Service means, service means criticism will come. Service means any service you perform, any service, someone will say something. You have to tolerate. If you don't have patience, you cannot continue service. This is the only way. You have to serve Krishna. And service means you want to please someone means what to require? I want to please you. Dedication is required. Mother is cooking or wife is cooking and feeding husband. First she is not eating. First fasting, cooking, feeding, then eating. Without sacrifice you cannot get any result. 9 months a mother keeping, 10 months, 10 months she is keeping a child within the womb. She knows how much pain. She is tolerating, therefore giving birth to a child. Trees suffering, 9 months, you see, 8 months, 9 months, suffering, scorching heat, cold, then giving fruits and flowers. But we want to become a master and we want to please everyone. No. If you want to please someone, you have to dedicate. Dedication is required. You have to tolerate. Okay, I want to say one story. This Jagannath story. This come to my mind. How kings are dedicated. And Dasya Rasa. They give up their prestige, their social prestige, their positions for the pleasure of Krishna. When we are entering to Jagannath temple, in right side, this Jagannath is there. This is called Patita Pavan. You can see outside. He has not before. Because in Jagannath Puri, the king's name usually fix. Only add second, third, first Ramchandra Dev, second Ramchandra Dev. Like now, Divya Singh. Second, first, third, like that. Name is fixed, only adding first Ramchandra. This happened in second Ramchandra Dev. At that time, Muslims are very powerful. And Aurangzeb was at that time in Delhi. And specially he sent to Orissa a big fighter. His name was Taki Khan. He's very powerful. Oh, if he want, he can. Mlechas, they can kill everyone. Who is killing cow, he can kill everyone. Oh, they destroyed everything. He's so powerful. Everyone fear. Taki Khan means he can destroy everything. He came and he challenged Ramchandra Dev, second Ramchandra Dev. You see, this is servant. Jagannath servant. Servant means, Mahaprabhu said these things. About Vallabh. Rup Sanatan test Vallabh. You are Ram's devotee. Why not you become Krishna's devotee? Whole day they preach. And they are elders. He said, yes. Please, you give me mantra, then I will chant Hare Krishna. But that night he was thinking. Whole night he cannot sleep. Because I have attachment for Ram. My brothers, they are elders, seniors, they are preaching me to chant Hare Krishna. And next day they came and next day he came, Vallabh came and said to Rupa Sanatana Goswami, Raghunatha pada padme bechiachi matha. No, I already sold my head at the lotus feet of Ra. This is serpent. Why how can you say, something happened, just pack your luggage, go anywhere. Yeah, this is good. If you cannot stay in this ISKCON temple, you have to stay in Prabhupada's fold. Service means problem. You don't think you are facing problem. We are sannyasis only catching danda, we are traveling here. We don't have any problem. What problem we are facing, you don't know. You don't know, Baba. There is in Oriya, there is a saying, you looks, this house is very nice, big house, but what is going in inside, you don't know. Fighting between husband and wife. According to your position, problem is there. You understand? You don't think we are preachers, we are sannyasis, we are gurus, we don't have any problems. According to our position, problems is there. But we don't think it is our problem. We have to. This is our job. Only by surrender. If you are brahmachari, you have some problem. You are sannyasi, you have some problem. Prabhupada said, in Dasya Prabhupada said one thing. Oh, no one can say like this in three world. He is a spiritual scientist. Spiritual scientist. He said, who is using mobile? Why you came to Krishna consciousness? Free from anxiety, huh? Why you came to Krishna consciousness? Anxiety, huh? No. Prabhupada said, no, this is not possible. Prabhupada said, no. In Krishna consciousness, full anxiety. Prabhupada said, this is Krishna anxiety. The Prabhupada said, there is material anxiety, here is Krishna anxiety. Prabhupada said, where is rest? Yeah, when we are beginning Krishna consciousness, we are thinking, we give up everything. Here is also problem. Prabhupada said, yes, this is Krishna anxiety. Like in family anxiety. I have to arrange my daughter's marriage, I have to arrange money. Here, I have to arrange everything for Krishna. Prabhupada giving one example. Jashoda Mata is always in Krishna's anxiety, 24 hours. Maybe monkey will come, maybe tiger will come, maybe demon will come. What will happen to my Krishna? I have to feed him. Krishna anxiety. For sannyasis, gurus, higher Vaishnavas, they have Krishna anxiety. You are maintaining a small family. A guru is maintaining Krishna. Because he's his beloved deity. You have to feed, you have to arrange pujari, you have to arrange money, whether they're dressing nicely. Krishna anxiety. Sometimes pujari said, no, I don't want to worship. He ran away. And Guru, hey, arrange another pujari, please come. He said, no, I cannot do it. No, you have to do it. Anxiety. Servant means anxiety. And that is Krishna anxiety. And there is a Maya anxiety. Be ready. Which one you want? If you don't want to take Krishna anxiety, Maya will say, please come. I will message. Sometimes I will message in your, this is cheek. I will message in your cheek, and in backside I will starve you. And sometimes in backside I will message and give you a heavy cheek. Anxiety is there. Don't try to escape. Okay, I will stay in happily. This is happy. This Krishna's anxiety is happiness. This is happiness. Therefore I said, Krishna pada, Raghunatha pada padme bechiyachi matha. Servant means I sold my head. Happiness or distress. I used to say these things. I am not a pure devotee. I am just Krishna. Sometimes Guru Vaishnavas all are helping me. With Krishna, whether I am good or bad, I am your. Where I will go? Where I will go? If Krishna said, sometimes devotee fed up, oh, what will happen? What will happen? Krishna knows. I give up everything. I come here. Where I will go? I give up my father, mother. I give up all traditions. Where I will go? It is up to you. It is your job. This is servant's mood. You have to pray like that. Krishna, I don't have problem. You will be blamed. Be careful. Because I am putting tilak. If you don't keep your prestige, if you want to keep your prestige, please take care of me. Yes. One Acharya, in other sampradayas, in Vaishnava sampradayas, he said these things. If a king, he invite a sweeper, how can you say, Chandali, sweeper. He said to her, okay, let's come, I will make you queen. For few days, king make him queen. King make her queen. And after few days, if king kick her, then what will be problem to the sweeper? She will go and sweep. It was her old business. You understand? If Krishna kick us, our old business, drinking, eating, sleeping, mating, depending, drinking, dancing, going to club, everyone knows this is old business. Krishna Bhakti is a new business. If king will kick out, it is loss of king, because king you lost prestige. Everyone will blame to king. King is a cruel person. He accepts a sweeper as a queen, now kicking out. We have to pray to Krishna like that. Krishna, you know who I am before. You accept me as a devotee. Now I am Krishna's devotee. You kick me out, I will go outside, I will drink. And everyone say, oh, he was Hare Krishna devotee before. Then people will blame to Krishna. Who knows us? This is servant mood. Krishna pada padme ami bechiyachi matha. I already sold my head. Like that. Servants are like that. Very matured. Very matured. Not disturbed with small things. Small things. I have problem. Anyhow, problem is always there. This is problem. Krishna anxiety. And you know what happened? This Taki Khan came. This challenge, second Ramchandra Dev. Hey, you have to marry my sister. And he's king. And he's Muslim. And he already married. Ramchandra Dev had 2 queens, sons. And he forcefully Taki Khan said, you know, if you don't marry my sister, I will destroy your Jagannath. If you had been in that position, what you will do? You will marry? You are a king. You already married. You already married. You have son, 2 queen. You are a king, and he is Muslim. King may marry to other Kshatriyas. But Ramchandra Dev, whole night he was praying to Jagannath. Jagannath, I have to protect you. This is love. This is servant. Let people kick in my face. Let the social custom like gopis. They don't care what people will say. Everyone is saying, oh, gopis are prostitute. We don't care. Let them say. We are ready. Servant, don't care others. Be careful. If you want to be a servant, don't care. Don't be serious with others. They will say anything. There is a saying in Oriya, you built a temple nearby the road, people will criticize. And you pass stool nearby the road, people will criticize. People will criticize anyhow. You cannot stop their mouth. The servant, they have to see Krishna's pleasure. He said, yes, let the Brahmans, the Pandits may kick me out from my post as a king, but I have to save my Jagannath. He agreed. He came to Cuttack. He married there and changed his name, Muslim, as Muslim name, and start to read Kalma, how can you say, in Quran. And all Pandits, they protest. Queens, you see, this is servant. Queens, they left. Oh, my husband is a lusty person. He married to Muslim girl. Baba, who knows your heart? Many people will say many things. When you want to enjoy, no problem will come. But when you want to serve Krishna purely, many criticism will come. Many people will say many things. You have to become very tolerant. Hear all these words in this year, pass in this year. Otherwise you cannot serve. Everyone will say. You have to be. Ramchandra Dev said, no. Let them say, let my queen should left. My son, everyone should left. But I have to save my Lord Jagannath. Then, oh, they all left. But he have love for Jagannath. Now Pandas stop everything. In Ekadashi, you know, how can you say? The ghee lamp they used to put ghee lamp on the top of this Jagannath temple. And at that time, they used to recite the king's name. They stopped Ramchandra Dev's name. He's no more king. But Lord Jagannath knew our heart. He stopped. But in night time, he was in Khorda at that time. Once he married, Ramchandra Dev was staying in Khorda. Maybe more than 60, 70 kilometers in night time. Midnight. With riding horse, king used to come and stand in front of this temple, Jagannath temple, and cry. Everyone is blaming me. Everyone is shouting towards me. Everyone is showing finger towards me. But you don't know who I am. Why I am married to Muslim? You don't know. If you know, then you have to prove. I am tolerating everything, but I want your service. Without service, I cannot stay. Without service, I cannot stay. Because they stop me. I cannot see you. What I will do? I will die. I will die. Every night he is coming and in front of Jagannath Puri he was crying. This is servant. Krishna may kick us. The whole world, whole society, whole people may kick us. But still, we want to catch up Krishna's lotus feet tightly. Whether I have bhakti or not, once I put tilak means I am Krishna's. This is Krishna Das. This proud should be there. Otherwise, very difficult. Many challenges will come. Maya will test. And when you perform some service, so many people will so many things. But in Dasya Rasa, therefore we don't want to become direct servant. We are not so qualified like Ramchandra Dev. We are not so qualified like Ballabh. We want to become servant of servant. You want to become servant? Then any service you want to do something, you have to learn from someone. Then if you want to become a servant, then how can you become direct servant? Learn from a servant who knows service. So Ramchandra Dev crying, always coming and crying. He's saying, Jagannath, you know my heart, why I married. I'm not caring what they are saying, but I want to see you. I want to see you. Then in one night, every day Jagannath used to come. When Jagannath used to sleep, nearby Jagannath's, hand pillows. Like small boys, they're sleeping, mothers giving pillows. Jagannath used to wear black dress night time. Some flowers, specific flowers. And Jagannath used to come every day and give darshan to Ramchandra Dev. And Pujari, when he opened the lock, main temple, he used to see flowers are falling down. Sometimes Jagannath's chadar is falling down. What is happening? Why this is going on? Then he prayed to Lord Jagannath. And Jagannath said, no, I am just coming for my devotee, because all of you criticize. All of you stop his service. But he dedicated his life for me. Now you have to allow him. Then Jagannath said to Ramchandra Dev, to pujaris, because like Ramchandra Dev, many devotees or many other caste peoples, they are not coming to see me. So from today, I will stay here. Just make, how can I say, make a deity here, I will stay here. This is called Patita Pavan. He wrote down one Ashtakam, Ramchandra Dev, in Sanskrit, Patita Pavan Ashtakam. How you are savior of the fallens. Patita Pavan in Jagannath temple. Therefore, there is no need, if someone is not going to Jagannath temple, no need, like Haridas Thakur, there are three types of darshan, Jagannath darshan. 1, 2, 3, yes. Nila Chakra. If you see the chakra, this is Jagannath darshan. If you see the flag, this is Jagannath darshan. And if you see Patita Pavan, this is also Jagannath darshan. None different. None different. Proofs are there. This is servant. Servant means like that. And this is beginning. Then higher teachings are there. This is the beginning, free from other desires, Daiva Varnashram systems. Whether Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Brahmachari, Sannyas, you have to accept Guru, and under guidance of Guru, you have to serve Krishna without any desire. And sometimes, how can you be free from desire? Hearing and chanting. Then you are now come to desire free stage. Then, when your heart will cleanse, then in desire free stage, there is hope. If you not commit any offense, a chant fearless name, offenseless name, then there is hope to get mercy. This is Das. But Mahaprabhu said, no. Das, sometimes Das develop proud. I am Krishna's. Mahaprabhu said, no. Gopi vartu padakamalayo dasa dasanu dasaham. We want to, Prabhupada said in Sisi 20 lecture, Sisi Madhyalila, 20 chapter, 313 to 317. One who thinks that I am God, he is a dog. One who thinks I am a servant, God's servant, 100 times, million times servant of servant, he is liberated. He is liberated. This is Prabhupada's statement. If someone wants bhakti, where is in Srimad Bhagavatam? Someone can say, oh, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy. You want to become servant of servant. Is there any verse in Srimad Bhagavatam? Yes. Aham hare tab padeika moolam dasanudasa bhavitasmi bhuyo manasmareta supate gunaste gunita karma karoti kaya. This is the life of Srimad Bhagavatam. The 4 verses is called life of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prayara Vritrasur. Prayara Vritrasur. Essence is there. Aham hare tava padika moolam. I was servant before. Indra is there. Why Indra becomes, how can you say, like a doll at that time. He want to kill. Thunderbolt is in his hand. Krishna is favorable, but he don't want to kill. When he hear this prayer, who can pray like that? We are unable to pray in temple. But Vritrasura was praying in front of enemy in battlefield. Whenever you see your enemy, you cannot pray. You cannot chant. Your mind immediately. But in front of enemy, in battlefield, he was praying. I was also servant. I was a servant of Narad Muni. But I fell now. I am in demon body. Why? I failed to attend this mood. Aham hare tava padeka moolam dasanu dasa bhavitasma vayam. Here is Srimad Bhagavatam. Dasanu das. Javanacharya. Mat janamam phalamidam madhukaita bhare mad prarthaniya madanugraha esa evam tad bhrutya bhrutya paricharaka bhrutya bhrutya bhrutyasya bhrutya iti smaralokanatham. You see Mukundamala Sutram, Prabhupada translated Mukundamala Sutram. This is there. Many verses. Mahaprabhu's Chaitanya Bhagavat, many verses. Siddhi bhavati vaneti sansaya achyuta sevinam. There is doubt if someone is directly serving Krishna. There is doubt. There is doubt whether he will get perfection or not. Yes, this is Vedanta Sutra, Baldev Vidyabhushan, 359. He brought from Sandilya Stuti. Siddhi bhavati vaneti sansaya achyuta sevinam nisansayastu tad bhakta paricharjaratatmanam. There is doubt if someone is serving Krishna, whether he will get perfection or not. But if someone is serving devotee, perfection is guaranteed. Yes. Kevalam bhagavata pada sevaya vivalam manah na jayate jatha nityam tad bhakta charanarchana. If someone want to cleanse his mind, it is not possible if someone is directly serving Lord. No, not possible. If he is serving his devotee. You understand? We are serving deity means we are serving Lord? No. We are serving, we are following Guru order to serve Radha Madhav. We are serving Radha. This is Guru Seva. This is Guru Seva. Krishna Seva and Guru Seva, no difference. But under guidance of Guru, Guru will guide you how to serve, how to chant, how to pray. Yes, Bhakti Vigna Thakur. Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Param Hari Nama Rasamruta Pana Param Panaratam Nati Danya Daya Paramana Yutam Bhaja Godrumakanana Kunja Vidhum. You get 1,000 verses are there. Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Param Dasanudas. This is beginning. If you want, our achievement is Braj Prem, become servant of servant. Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Param. What is our religion? To serve Hari Sevak. One who is a servant of Lord, serve him. How to serve? At same time, Hari Nama Rasamruta Pana Param. Same time you should chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And how to chant? Nati Danya Daya Paramana Yutam. With humbleness, in one verse, all philosophy is there, Bhakti Vigna Thakur's. You want perfection? Just this verse is enough. Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Param. Just serve Hari's devotee. And what others I have to do? Chant Hare Krishna. Then how to chant? Nati Danya Daya Paramana Jutam. Your heart should be filled with kindness and become humble and give respect to others. Bhaja Godruma Kanana Kunja Vidham. Okay, where you can find in Srimad Bhagavatam this verse? If you say this is Bhakti Vigna Thakur's, maybe other sampradaya they will attack you. You have to prove from Srimad Bhagavatam. Where? Essence, you don't know? Essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto. Tatra upaya sahasranam ayam bhagavata udditah. This is Prahlad Maharaj. There is thousands of ways to achieve perfection. But this is the demonic voice. I am saying the essence of all Veda Shastras. Easy way. Guru Susrisaya Bhaktya Sarvalabdharpananam cha Sangeno Sadhu Bhaktanam Ishwara Radhanana cha. Read 3 verses. Finish. Perfection. This is entrance. Then we can achieve higher philosophy. First become servant, free from desire, accept spiritual master, under his guidance serve Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. Then we can enter to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. Above these things, then still some anarthas. Then like we start to chant, then so many problems will come. Anarthas. How to overcome these anarthas? Acharya all. But one thing you see, one thing. If you discuss about anarthas, you will fed up. You will become fed up. Thousands of anarthas. Then you lose faith. You become impatient. So many anarthas. Then what to do? How to cross over all these anarthas? How to cross over? If you collect only anarthas, how many varieties of anarthas, how many varieties of problems in spiritual life, if you elaborately describe, everyone will become hopeless. No, in Krishna consciousness, always hopeful. There are many steps and one lift is there. You lift. Okay, if you are going in lift, you are crossing sometimes all these steps. You understand? This is a Sato Vedha Padmanyayam. Okay? So many anarthas are there. Unless you just cross over the anarthas, you cannot go to Nishtha stage. But how to, if you describe anarthas, you will become fed up. No, by mercy. He is giving one example, like 100 lotus petals are there and one needle is there. If you want to cross this 100 petals through the needles, how many times require? Just within 1 second. Mercy is like that. Mercy is like that. So many challenges, so many problems, so many anarthas Acharyas are describing just for one thing. Just depend on Guru, if you are a devotee. Because our mind wants something different. Therefore Prabhupada always used to say, Jasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. Same time you can cross over all the anarthas only by mercy. But beginning, as we are describing, to achieve this Braj Prem, beginning, Suddha Dasya, free from desires. Hear Krishna Katha, accept spiritual, follow the order of spiritual master, hear nicely, serve nicely, then you can cleanse your heart. Then desire will come, pure desire. Yes, now it's time, it's 5 minutes more. So if someone have question, Maharaj already came. So thank to Mayapur management and all Prabhupada's disciples, by all Vaishnavas also. By my English is not good, I am also not so advanced devotee. So by all of your mercy, by Guru Gouranga's mercy, according to my surrender, I just say something. If something is wrong, please excuse me. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj, আপনি 4 দিন খুব সুন্দরভাবে আচার্যদের উপদেশ এবং খুব সুন্দর বর্ণনা করলেন, যেগুলো আমার প্রত্যেকটা হৃদয়ে খুব ভালো লেগেছে। তো আমি কিভাবে বুঝতে পারবো যে আচার্য বা প্রভুপাদের কথাগুলো আমি পালন করছি কিনা, আমার নিজের কিভাবে উপলব্ধি হয়েছে, আমি সেটা কি করে বুঝতে পারবো, যদি কিছু বলেন?
His question is how to understand that I am following Acharya's principle. How to understand ourselves that I am following Acharya's principle. Yeah, this is a serious question. When someone is following Acharya's principle, so he will not become hopeless. But he will develop, this is mercy. Mercy's tendency means make you humble. And sometimes you will not feel hopeless, but hankering will come. How to serve more. When you follow more, hankering will come more. You are following Acharya means you never feel hopeless. Always you feel like hopeful. And you want to serve more. You want to serve more. You want to serve more. Although you will face so many problems, but always you can feel someone is helping you. Someone is helping you. Like Guru, Vaishnava. Like your shadow. Shadow is with your body. When you follow Guru Krishna's instruction, you can feel always arrangement is coming. Many looks like problems, but you will not lose faith. You will become more strong. More you follow, more obstacle will come, more will become strong. That is test that you are following. If you are not following, you will lose faith. You will following means let more obstacle come, but you will not lose your faith. But you feel the presence. Following instruction means you will feel the presence of Guru, Acharyas. They are helping me, they are with me, like my shadow. And sometime you will continue your Vaishnava mood also. You will never become hopeless and like you will not become puffed up. All symptoms, mercy symptoms, many symptoms are there. But we have to continue. Acharya pleased with your service means always you feel safe. Always you feel safe. And wherever you will go, some arrangement will come for you. Prabhupada went to West. Now we are ISKCON. Like I have done Haladhar Maharaj came. Where? He from ISKCON. Oh, he's Gouranga Maharaj disciple. We have brand. We are using our Guru's brand, Prabhupada's brand, ISKCON brand. But when Prabhupada went to West, his ISKCON, his personalities, his Guru, he alone, 70 years. You see how Prabhupada, his Guru arranged everything. Because he was following. If someone is following Guru, you send him to forest or you send him to within the sea. He can construct temple there. He can do something Krishna there. Because you have faith for Guru. You see example Prabhupada. Therefore our Gurudev said, don't try to arrange something, just follow Guru. Guru will arrange everything for you. Krishna will arrange everything for you. You see, when Prabhupada went to West, everyone is there. Writer was there, painter was there, preacher was there, reporter was there, expert singer was there. BBT, like Rameshwar Maharaj, their editor was there. Who arranged? 1,000 life we will try, if we will try to arrange something, we cannot arrange. If Krishna will arrange for you, if you follow Guru's instruction, Krishna will arrange for you everything. This is our life. We are dependency and simplicity is a true track of main track of spiritual life. We are with simple heart, dependency. This, like railway tracks. We have these true tracks. We are leading our life. Simply depend on Guru and Krishna. Gurudev, everything. Prabhupada, you are here. And with simplicity, unflinching faith. Simplicity and dependence. That is a best position. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ji Maharaj ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय, संवेद भक्त वृंद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय, मायापुर धाम की जय, निताय गौर प्रमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल, हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. So we all thank to Maharaj by chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you, Maharaj. And we expect next time Sravana Utsav also. Please be merciful by showering the mercy of teachings of Lord Gouranga. So here we will have lunch after the second lecture. So don't go anyway. Thank you, Maharaj. So we have another exalted devotee. Oh, His Holiness Bhakti Vigna Vinashak Narsimha Swami Maharaj ki. So we welcome Maharaj by chanting Haridwani and Huludwani. So Maharaj was speaking early, Lord Chaitanya and his devotees will be continued.
Thank you.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janaballabha Giridharidhari Gopi Janaballabha Giridharidhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janaballabha Giridharidhari Gopi Janaballabha Giridharidhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janaballabha Giridharidhari Gopi Janaballabha Giridharidhari Yashodanandana Praja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Praja Janaranjana Yamunathira Vanachari Yamunathira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajaka Ashtatara Sata Shri Srimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vigna Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON Samstapaka Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Shikoho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vinda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopina Shyam Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki. Vrindavan Mayapur Dham Ki. Ganga Mae Yamuna Mae Ki. Tosi Maharani Bhakti Devi Ki. Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Ki. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories Sri Guru, Sri Gouranga. All glories Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pricharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vinda. So we're speaking about the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. They're one and different. The associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu show us the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We can understand the qualities of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from his associates. There's a common saying, birds of a feather flock together. We don't see the crows with any other birds but crows. And similarly the swans, they're always with the swans. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is with the devotees. And the devotees, they're reflecting all the qualities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada was very concerned that all of the members of our society, the ISKCON society, would show the good qualities of devotees. Because Prabhupada knew that whatever behavior, whatever way we behave to the public, it will reflect on Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada was very concerned that all the devotees would be of very good character. Yashyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunanistatra samase asuraha harava bhaktasya kato mahadgana manoratain asati bhavato bahi. So it is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam that one who is the devotee of the Lord will have all the good qualities of the demigods. And those who are not devotees, even though they may be very expert in maintaining their families, or they may even be very expert in the mystic yoga process, but if they are not devotees, they have no good qualities. So it's very important for us to therefore learn what is the behavior and what are the characteristics of these associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we do like to speak on these different associates in terms of their different appearances and disappearance days. Of course, sometimes we're so busy in the course of our preaching work that we overlook these important dates. So I thought for the Sravana Utsav it would be nice to reflect on some of the devotees who were very intimately connected with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and who displayed the most very special qualities of pure devotees. One of the most intimate associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Gadar Pandit. Srila Gadar Pandit, he took birth in Bangladesh, and as a young man, his family moved to Navadvip. Gadar Pandit has also a young brother. Brother's name is Vaninath. When we go to Champahati, we see the wonderful deities of Gaur Gadar. And it said these deities were the deities originally worshipped by Vaninath, who was the younger brother of Gadar Pandit. It was His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, who reclaimed these Gaur Gadar deities and established them there at Champahati for the glory of all the devotees. And every year when we go on the Navadvip Parikrama, we always go to visit Champahati and to have darshan of these very merciful deities, Gaur and Gadar. So we want to understand what is the tattva of Gadar Pandit. It is said that the Queen of Braja, namely Srimati Radharani, that she appeared in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Gadar Pandit. And along with Srimati Radharani, her very intimate friend Lalita Sakhi also appeared. Lalita Sakhi is sometimes called Anuradha because she's very intimately connected with Srimati Radharani. So when Srimati Radharani appears in Gouranga's pastimes, Lalita Sakhi entered along with Srimati Radharani into the body of that personality who we call Gadar Pandit. Gadar Pandit is one of the energies of the Lord. We are worshipping in our temple Panchatattva. Panchatattva, 5 truths. These 5 personalities are one and different. They appear in different moods, in different forms, because the Lord likes to enjoy pleasure in different rasas. We offer our respects to the 5 deities. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam, Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam, Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam, Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. These 5 different personalities are all the energy of the Lord. We have, first of all, the Lord as the devotee, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then we have Bhakta Swarupa, who is Nityananda, and Bhakta Avatar, Advaita Acharya. We have Bhakta Shakti, which is Gadar Pandit, and we have Srivas, the devotee, devotional energy. So 5 truths. They're one. They're all different manifestations of the Lord, because the Lord likes to enjoy different rasas, different tastes. And therefore, he appears in these 5 different forms. We see that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the course of his pastimes, he had 2 wives. So sometimes devotees are a little puzzled that if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted these wives, are they Radharani? Sometimes people think maybe one of the wives is Radharani, or maybe they're both Srimati Radharani. But we have to understand that sometimes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would manifest himself in the mood of Narayan, and sometimes in the mood of Lord Krishna. In the mood of Narayan, then he has the 2 wives. First there was Lakshmi Priya, first Vishnu Priya, then Lakshmi Priya, and like that, 2 wives, they are the Shaktis of Lord Narayan. And when the Lord is in the mood of Lord Krishna, then his Shakti is Gadar Pandit. So it's Gadar Pandit who is the energy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he enjoys the most intimate association with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gadar Pandit was very renounced throughout his life. He was a lifetime brahmachari. He was so renounced that he attracted the attention of Sri Ishwarapuri Pad. Ishwarapuri Pad, who later on became the spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was visiting Mayapur and he saw Gadar Pandit and he saw his mood of renunciation, he was very attracted to him. And he was so appreciative of his renounced mood, of his mood as a brahmacharya, that Ishwarapuri taught him his own book, which he'd written, which was called Krishna Lilamrita. And Gadar Pandit heard from the mouth of Ishwarapuri the topics of Lord Krishna and the message of Lord Krishna directly from Sri Ishwarapuri. Of course, Ishwarapuri is one of the disciples of Madhavendra Puri. It is said Madhavendra Puri had two very prominent, very great disciples. One was Ishwarapuri and the other was Sri Advaita Acharya. They were both disciples of Madhavendra Puri. And because of Madhavendra Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attracted to Ishwarapuri. He wanted to be connected into that line of ecstatic love for Krishna. So Srila Gadar Pandit grew up there in Navadvip, and as a young child he was always devoted to Lord Krishna and he would associate with devotees. However, we know that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a young boy, he was known as Nimai Pandit, and he would be in his pastimes of scholarship, and he was known to be a great debater of logic. He was so powerful in debate. Of course, we know that he met with Digvijay, Keshava Kashmiri, and he defeated him. So the devotees, those who were the Vaishnavas in Navadvip, they would just run away if they saw Nimai Pandit come, because he thought, if we confront Nimai, he will want to debate with us. It will be very difficult. We can never defeat him. He always defeats us. And so the devotees were just running. When they saw Nimai Pandit come, go, quick, go the other way, turn around, go back, or go the other way. They just wanted to avoid meeting him, because whenever Nimai would meet the devotees, he would challenge them. So one day he met with Gadar Pandit, and he immediately said to Gadar Pandit, "What is the definition of liberation? You are a great devotee, Gadar. You tell me, what is the definition of liberation?" So Gadar, he quoted from Nyaya Shastra, Shastras on logic. He quoted that liberation means to end all miseries. But Nimai Pandit took that definition and showed that it was inadequate. He refuted it. The devotees who were listening, because when they saw that Gadar was debating with Nimai Pandit, they came to hear what they're going to do, what's going to happen. They wanted to hear. And when they came and they heard Nimai Pandit defeat Gadar Pandit, they were all thinking, "Oh, how wonderful. If only this Nimai Pandit could become a devotee, wouldn't it be so nice?" Just like sometimes we see people, young people, and we think, "Oh, that that devotee, that person, they're so talented, they're so educated, they're so scholarly, they're so cultured. If only they could be a devotee. If they're not devotees, then what is the good? It's all zeros. So many zeros. Prabhupada used to talk about, if I give you the check with 0, 0, 0, 0, then you won't get any money from the bank. It's not going to help you pay the bills. It's no good, right? But if you put a 1 in front of all the zeros, then very nice. Then it's 1 lakh, then it's 1 crore, then it's 100 crores. Oh, wonderful. It's just what we want. But if there's nothing there, all the good qualities are useless without Krishna consciousness. So they were thinking, if only Nimai Pandit could become a devotee. So it happened that after some time, Lord Nimai Pandit's father, Jagannath Mishra, left the world. And after he left the world, Nimai Pandit decided that he wanted to go to Gaya and do the last rites on behalf of his father. But actually, that was only the external reason for him going to Gaya. His inner mood was that I will go to Gaya and I will meet with Ishwara Puri and I will accept Diksha Mantra initiation from him. And that's what happened. Lord Chaitanya went there to Gaya and he met with Ishwara Puri, and Ishwara Puri initiated him as his disciple. So after being initiated by Ishwara Puri, then Lord Chaitanya came back and he stopped at Kanai Natsala. Of course, we have a very wonderful ISKCON center there at Kanai Natsala, a very, very special, holy place. And Lord Chaitanya was there and he had very mystical experiences there. He actually saw Krishna and Krishna appeared to him and he was looking for Krishna and he saw Krishna. So when he came back to Mayapur, his ecstatic love for Krishna had awoken to a very high level. And this was observed by some of the devotees. Particularly the first one to notice was a devotee called Sriman Pandit. He observed Lord Chaitanya's ecstatic love for Krishna. And he told all the devotees that Nimai Pandit, he's changed, he's become a devotee. And all the devotees, they were all shocked. What? Really? Nimai Pandit? He's become a devotee? Really? Is it true? And they said, you have to come and see. We're going to meet. You have to come to Suklambar Brahmachari's place. You will see for yourself. Tomorrow morning, you come to Suklambar Brahmachari's place. Suklambar Brahmachari, very great devotee, Suklambar Brahmachari, he would live by begging, and it describes how one day he cooked rice. Lord Chaitanya requested him to cook for him. Now, Suklambar Brahmachari didn't have any wealth. If we thought the Lord is coming to my home today, we want to go out and get the best rice. But Suklambar Brahmachari, he would pick up the grains of rice in the street. He would pick up grains of rice from the fields. And he would cook food in this way. So his living style was very, very frugal, very simple. But Lord Chaitanya came there, and when Suklambar cooked for Lord Chaitanya said, I've never ever tasted such nectar. Such nectar. Why? Because you picked up that rice from the fields, and you picked it up from the street, and you washed it, and then you cooked it. It shows so much more love than the person who just goes to the store and purchases rice and cooks it. Srila Prabhupada encouraged us. He wanted us to grow our own food. He didn't like that we had to depend on others to produce our food. And when the devotees would say that, Prabhupada, we grew these vegetables, this is all food which we grow ourselves, Prabhupada would be so pleased, and he would appreciate more than anything else which you could purchase from the store. And similarly, Lord Chaitanya relished the food of Raghunath Das Goswami. When Raghunath Das Goswami was residing in Jagannath Puri, he was collecting food from the drains, and he was washing it and drying it and then taking it. And when Lord Chaitanya heard, he came there and he took some of that food and he tasted it and said, I've never tasted such nectar ever before. He tasted so much the love which was there in the food. So this is the qualification to please Krishna. Love, bhakti, there must be the genuine offering to the Lord. And that genuine offering comes from the heart. It doesn't just come from our wallet or from our money, but it comes from our heart. The deep effort to actually please the Lord by our efforts. So all the devotees came there to Suklambar Brahmachari's house. And it happened that while they were there in the house, at the place of Suklambar, someone was reciting a beautiful verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And when Lord Chaitanya Nimai Pandit came there, when he heard that verse, then his ecstatic love was again awakened, and all the different ecstatic symptoms were manifest in his body. And when Gadar Pandit saw how Lord Chaitanya was in so much ecstasy, Gadar fainted. He could not believe that, Nimai Pandit's now awakened so much deep love for Lord Krishna that Gadar couldn't maintain his consciousness. And then Lord Chaitanya came over to Gadar and revived him. And he told Gadar, he said, you know, Gadar, you are so fortunate. He said, because from your very childhood, you've worshipped Lord Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya said, I have wasted my life. I wasted so much of my life in foolish activities, studying academic subjects, studying my logic and so many other useless things which have no value in relation to love of Krishna. I did not know the real value of the human form of life. But Gadar, you have shown me the perfect example because you have worshipped Krishna from your very childhood. So this was how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his appreciation to Gadar Pandit in the very beginning of their pastimes there, here in Navadvip. Later on, there was another important incident which took place, that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Gadar and requested him, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? I want to see Krishna." Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already seen Krishna in Kanai Natsala, and he was anxious to see Krishna again. And he came begging to Gadar, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" And Gadar said, "He's in your heart. It's all right. Don't worry. He's in your heart." But when Lord Chaitanya heard he's in the heart, Lord Chaitanya began to rip at his chest. And he wanted to tear open his heart. Because he said, "He's in my heart. I want him. I want him." And he began to rip at his skin. And Mother Sachi was watching. Mother Sachi was very worried to see her son, how he was tearing at his chest, trying to rip open his heart. But Gadar was just nearby, so Gadar took the hands of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and told him, "Don't worry, be patient. Just now Lord Krishna is coming. Just be patient. Just now he is coming." So when Mother Sachi saw Gadar, how he was so expert in pacifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, later she came to Gadar Pandit and she thanked him for taking care of Lord Chaitanya. And she begged him, she requested him, "Please, you stay with my son. Wherever he goes, you should go with him and you can protect him and look after him." And actually, that's pretty much what happened. That many, many pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gadar Pandit was also there. Just like, what were the wonderful pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Well, there was the Mahaprakash Lila at the home of Srivas Pandit. Gadar Pandit was there when Lord Chaitanya sat on the altar for 21 hours and gave blessings to everyone and told all the different devotees different things, different incidents which had taken place, which he knew about, which he'd taken part in. He revealed to them his divinity, how he knows everything. So that was a very important pastime, the Mahaprakash at the home of Srivas Pandit. And then there was also the deliverance of the Chankazi. Again, Gadar was there. Gadar went with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was Lord Chaitanya who spoke with the Chankazi. They had come with a big procession, many, many people, and they'd all come to protest because the Chankazi was stopping the Sankirtan. So Lord Chaitanya had organized the first civil disobedience movement. And he brought many, many devotees, lakhs of devotees, they all came and they all marched to the Chankazi's house. And then Lord Chaitanya spoke with the Chankazi, and the Chankazi agreed that as long as myself or my descendants live, none of them will ever interfere in the Sankirtan movement. And even today, to this day, the Mohammedan people don't interfere in the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the Chankazi's Samadhi is there. And every year we go there and visit the Samadhi of the Chankazi. Because he'd changed. He'd become a devotee, practically. So, that was an important pastime. And then, another incident which took place was at the deliverance of Jagai and Madhai. After they'd been delivered, all the devotees went to take bath. So Gadar also went. He also went along with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. he went to Katwa. And he only told a few people. And one of them was Gadar. So there was Gadar, there was Mukunda, and there was Lord Nityananda. They all went there to Katwa to be with Lord Chaitanya and to see his sannyas ceremony. Then after Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, Lord Chaitanya is going to Jagannath Puri. Gadar goes with him. Gadar accompanied him all the time. He went there to Katwa, then they went to Shantipur, they spent some days in Shantipur, and then they went to Jagannath Puri, and Gadar went with him all the way. And when they're in Jagannath Puri, of course, they take part in the Snanyatra of Jagannath, and then they have the Rathi Yatra festival, and they had also the cleaning of the Gundicha temple, all of these different pastimes. Lord Chaitanya would be there, and Gadar would also be there. It is said, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the life and soul of Gadar Pandit. But it is also said, Lord Nityananda is the life and soul of Gadar Pandit. So, who is the life and soul of Lord Chaitanya? They're both Gadar and Nityananda. They're deeply attached to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But we can see that Gadar had more association than even Lord Nityananda, because Lord Chaitanya sent Lord Nityananda back to Bengal to preach. And Lord Nityananda was coming every year for Rath Yatra, but he was also sent back every year to preach in Bengal. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had requested him that you are the one to do it. It became his Prabhu Datta Desh. Prabhu Datta Desh, the place given by the master. Right? You're given a place to preach by the spiritual master. You take that place as your life and soul to go and preach. You dedicate your life to preaching in that place. So Lord Nityananda was preaching in Bengal. Of course, he was also a very intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Gadar is even more special, because Gadar, from his childhood, he had been seeing Nimai Pandit. They grew up together. You can see the house of Gadar. It's not very far away from the yoga piece. And after Lord Chaitanya left home and took sannyas, Gadar followed him. Gadar also went to Jagannath Puri. And Gadar became a Kshetra sannyas. Kshetra sannyas means they make a vow to stay in a holy place, that they will never leave that place, they will just stay there. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur considers Kshetra sannyas to be the suitable means of vanaprastha in the Kali Yuga. He thought for most people that's good enough. To have them go as sannyasis, that's too much. But Kshetra sannyas, they can be with their wife and they can stay there and they can be renounced, living in the holy place. And people like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was a Kshetra sannyasi. He was living there in Jagannath Puri. He had his wife, he had his family there. His daughter was there, the son-in-law, they were all there in Jagannath Puri with him. That is Kshetra sannyas. So Gadar, he'd also made this vow of Kshetra sannyas. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had given Gadar one deity. This is the deity which we know as Tota Gopinath. Tota means the garden. So there's one garden there where the deity of Gopinath is established, and it was there where Gadar Pandit performed the worship of Tota Gopinath. The deity was personally found by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and given by him to Gadar Pandit to worship. However, as Gadar got older, it became more difficult for him to put the different ornaments on the deity, because to reach up, look up on the deity was quite big, the deity was up on a high path, so it was difficult for Gadar to reach up and to put the ornaments on the deity. So it is said that initially the deity was standing, but as Gadar aged, the deity sat down. And you can see the deity today that he is kneeling. He's like this, just as I'm sitting on this chair with the legs folded, so the deity is also sitting like that. Very unusual. You don't see any deity. I didn't see any other deities like that. But Tota Gopinath is in that position. And it is said that Tota Gopinath took that position in order to facilitate Gadar Pandit's worship of the deity. So, a wonderful pastime of Tota Gopinath. However, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, well, he would regularly come and associate with Gadar. There's one nice pastime described in Chaitanya Bhagavad. It describes how, while Gadar was living at Tota Gopinath, they brought some very nice rice from Bengal. In Puri, you don't get such the good rice as you get here in Bengal. So they'd brought some very nice rice all the way from Navadvip. They'd taken it there to Jagannath Puri, and they'd given some to Gadar Pandit to offer to the Gopinath deity. So Gadar Pandit invited Lord Nityananda to come and take prasad with him one day. And at that time he prepared that very nice rice for Lord Nityananda. And then he also took some of the vegetables which grew on his garden around there. Just very simple green leaves, sak. Sak was a great favorite of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He liked so much to eat sak. Here in Mayapur we get a lot of sak. It's very nice. Very good to be able to get so many green leaves here as we do in Mayapur. So in Jagannath Puri, Gadar had picked some green leaves, tamarind leaves and different things to put with the rice. And Lord Nityananda came, and just as they were making the offering, at that time Lord Chaitanya also came. So the three of them could all sit down together and relish prasadam. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, and Gadar. And they were sitting, taking the prasad of Tota Gopinath. Gadar Pandit was so much attached to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that it came, when Lord Chaitanya, he desired to go to Vrindavan. After taking sannyas, actually, he wanted to go to Vrindavan. But Lord Nityananda had tricked him. And instead, he'd brought him to Shantipur. And there it was arranged all the devotees would come from Mayapur, including Mother Sachi, and they would all come and they would see how Nimai Pandit was now a sannyasi. And that was a big program for several days in Shantipur at the home of Advaita Acharya. And at that time, Mother Sachi requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, don't go to Vrindavan. Because if you go to Vrindavan, it's very far away, and I will not get any news of your activities. And she suggested to her son, you just go to Jagannath Puri. If you can go to Jagannath Puri, it will be better. Because Jagannath Puri and Navadvip are like 2 rooms in the one house. Regularly, people are coming and going between Jagannath Puri and Navadvip. So if you go and stay in Navadvip, it will be better for me. I will be able to get news of your activities. And in this way, I will not feel so much the pain of you taking sannyas and leaving home. Actually, Lord Chaitanya had told his mother, he said, well, I took sannyas. When I took sannyas, I was not in proper control of my mind and senses. I realized I shouldn't have done it. Now, I think if you want, I will just give it up and I will come home with you. But Mother Sachi said to him, oh, no, you better not do that. Because if you give up sannyas, that will be very bad. That will be very bad, to give up your sannyas. People will never respect you if you do that. So please don't do that. Just keep your sannyas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so willing to do whatever his mother wanted. But Mother Sachi, being herself a wonderful devotee, she gives the proper instruction to her son that don't give up sannyas. Now you've taken the sannyas, there's no going back. This is a different practice. If you look at Buddhist monks, for example, in Buddhism, the monks, they become a monk and then they can give up being a monk. They have a ceremony to become a monk, and when they give up being a monk, they have a ceremony to give up being the monk. They go out. And then if they want, they can come back and be a monk again. Another ceremony, and they'll be a monk for some time. And many young men, in Buddhist countries, many young men have that custom. The family want them to become a monk for a month or 6 months or a year. It's unusual for people to be a monk for a very long time. I was traveling in a Buddhist country and I was doing some book distribution. So I didn't want to go and stay in hotels because hotels are really the mode of ignorance. So I thought I would go to the Buddhist temple and ask them for accommodation. Would they mind if I stay the night at their temple? So they saw I was in my robes as a monk and they asked me, how long have you been a monk? So when I told them how long I'd been a monk, they were, wow. They were just amazed, you know, they couldn't believe I'd been a monk because I'd been a monk for, you know, since I was a very young man. So they were just amazed because all of them, they'd been monks 2 years, maybe 3 years, you know, not very long. So it's a whole very different tradition, very different culture. So Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. There's no giving up, there's no going back. And Gadar Pandit, he'd also taken sannyas. Gadar Pandit Gosai, he'd taken Kshetra sannyas. So it happened that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan again. After he came back to Jagannath Puri, when he came to Jagannath Puri, he stayed there for some time and he delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And then he'd met also people like Ramananda Roy. So when they met Lord Chaitanya, they didn't want Lord Chaitanya to leave. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Roy, they were begging Lord Chaitanya, no, stay here in Puri, don't leave. But Lord Chaitanya was insisting, no, I must go, I want to go to Vrindavan, I have to go. So finally, they made arrangements that Lord Chaitanya would go to Vrindavan. But when Lord Chaitanya was going, Gadar said, I'm following you. And Lord Chaitanya would say, no, you cannot follow me. You cannot come with me. You are a Kshetra Sannyas. You have made a vow to stay here in Jagannath Puri. You cannot leave now. Gadar Pandit said to Lord Chaitanya, wherever you go, that is Jagannath Puri. Lord Chaitanya was not happy. Lord Chaitanya said, but you've made a vow to serve Gopinath. If you go, you're giving up your vow to serve Gopinath. Gadar Pandit replied, by seeing your lotus feet, I'm serving Gopinath millions of times, simply by the sight of your lotus feet. So this was Gadarhar's mood. Lord Chaitanya was insistent, however. He said, look, you cannot be irresponsible. If you give up your vow, it will not be good. Gadar said, I will take the responsibility myself. You don't have to worry. It will be my responsibility. It's nothing to do with you. I'm giving up the vow, not you. I will take the responsibility. Lord Chaitanya was not happy. Anyway, Gadar said, I'm not following you. You go ahead. I'm not following you. But Gadar was walking behind. He said, I will go to Navadvip. I will see Mother Sachi. Like this. So at one point, they came out of Jagannath Puri, and when they got as far as Katak, right? Those of you who know Orissa, you know the town of Katak there, out of Jagannath Puri, and there's Bhubaneswar, and then a bit further on, you come to Katak. So it was a long way from Jagannath Puri. So Lord Chaitanya called Gadar. Gadar had been walking behind. And he called Gadar, come here. He said, you know, you've already given up your vow. You've broken the religious principles in two different ways. One way was Kshetra Sannyas. You've broken that vow. And the other way, you've given up the worship of Gopinath. So two ways you've broken the religious principles. He said, you are following me simply for your sense gratification. But your happiness is not my happiness. If you want to make me happy, you go back to Puri and take up the worship of Gopinath. And saying this, Lord Chaitanya then got in a boat and crossed the river. And Gadar just fainted. He just collapsed. And it was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya who was there with him. He had to revive him and take him back to Puri. So very difficult to understand the deep love and affection which was there between Lord Chaitanya and Gadar Pandit. Just like we see sometimes Lord Krishna joking with Rukmini. Lord Krishna will sometimes tease his different wives, and they will react in different ways. When Lord Krishna told Rukmini, I'm too old for you, or I'm not suitable for you, so many kings wanted to marry you, I'm only a cowherd boy, I don't even have any cows, I'm not fit to be your husband. Then Rukmini fainted. Just the thought of her losing Krishna, she fainted. Satyabhama, on the other hand, she has a different mood and she will argue with Krishna. Different wives, different moods. Lord Krishna enjoys all of these different loving relationships with his devotees. So similarly, Lord Chaitanya was chastising Gadar Pandit and sending him back to Puri. There's an interesting pastime which also takes place with Gadar Pandit. and it is concerning giving initiation, mantra initiation. Gadar Pandit had approached Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he requested him, he said that, you know, I'm not getting any realization from my mantra anymore. I must have given mantra initiation to a faithless person. And because I've given initiation to a person who did not have proper faith, and because I told him the mantra, now my heart has become contaminated. And when I chant my mantra, I'm not getting any realization. And it's almost like I've forgotten my mantra. So he asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, can you please give me re-initiation? Could you re-initiate me into the mantra? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh, no, I cannot do that. And why not? Gadar said, because you're initiated by Pundarik Vijayanidhi. You should get the mantra from your guru. I am not your Diksha guru. You don't get the mantra from any other guru. You only have one Diksha guru. So you get the mantra from your Diksha guru. And you hear from him. But then he said, oh, but my guru is not here. How will I get initiation from him? Lord Chaitanya told him, don't worry, your guru is coming here very soon. And it happened. A few weeks later, after this conversation, then Pundarik Vijayanidhi did come there to Jagannath Puri. Actually, I didn't mention about Gadarhar's initiation, which took place initially in Mayapur. It's also a wonderful pastime, because Pundarik Vijayanidhi, he comes from a place in Bangladesh which is very near to the home of Vasudeva and Mukunda Datta. Now Vasudeva and Mukunda Datta, you know them, they're both wonderful devotees and associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vasudeva Datta, Lord Chaitanya said, you are Prahlad, you're an incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj, because it was Vasudeva Datta who begged Lord Chaitanya that I want to take the sins of all the people and not only all the people, I want to take the sins of all living entities. Let them all be liberated and I will stay here and suffer for them. So when Vasudeva Datta said like that to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shed tears. He was so pleased that he said, it is not surprising that you have this mood, because I know that you are Prahlad Maharaj, that you have that mode of compassion. And Lord Chaitanya described how it would happen. He said, those people, those sinful living entities, they will be freed of their sins. And the result will be, they will all become devotees. They will all become Vaishnavas in their next birth. And those who are Vaishnavas, they'll become free of all their sins. And they will all be liberated back to Godhead. This is the mercy of Vasudeva Datta. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati describes in his purport that this is more mercy than Lord Jesus Christ. Lord Jesus Christ accepted the sins of his followers. But Vasudeva Datta was infinitely more merciful than Lord Jesus. Because Vasudeva Datta said, I will take the sins of all the living entities in the universe. Let them all be liberated. And I will take the sins. So he is the greatest, the topmost follower of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has actually understood the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is to deliver the fallen souls, even at our own sacrifice, to take on the sins of the others. Let us stay here and suffer, and let them be liberated. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, and that was shown by the wonderful character of Vasudeva Datta. Lord Chaitanya gave the example how it's possible. Actually, he gave 3 examples. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's described, there's a fruit tree called Udambara, and on the Udambara tree, there are millions of fruits. So if you lose one fruit from the Udambara tree, what is the loss? There's so many more fruits there. Why worry about one fruit? Or, if you have a bag of mustard seed and you lose one mustard seed, you lose one tiny mustard seed from a bag of mustard seeds, it's not a big loss. It's nothing to cry about. You have a whole bag of mustard seeds. Why worry about one little seed? And the third example, you have 1,000,000 Kamadhenu cows. You have a herd of 1,000,000 Kamadhenu cows, and you lose one goat. Are you going to worry about a goat when you've got 1,000,000 Kamadhenu cows? No, who cares about a goat? Useless. When you have cows, wonderful cows. So those 3 examples are all given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In the same way, Lord Chaitanya is describing to liberate the living entities in one universe. It's a very easy thing for Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He can easily liberate all the living entities in the universe. And that was because that was the desire of Vasudeva Datta. So Vasudeva Datta and Mukunda Datta, they're actually singers. You know, we know how Mukunda would sing beautiful songs for Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya liked so much to hear the singing of Mukunda. So it happened that Mukunda told Gadar that a great devotee is coming to Navadvip. You must come and meet him. And that devotee was described. Lord Chaitanya would call out, Pundarik, my father! Pundarik, my father! Devotees were all puzzled. Who is this Pundarik? Who is the father of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So it happened, Pundarik Vijayanidhi came there to Mayapur, and Mukunda told Gadar, you must go and meet Pundarik Vijayanidhi. So Gadar is a renounced brahmachari. He goes to meet Pundarik Vijayanidhi. And he sees Pundarik Vijayanidhi. Now Pundarik Vijayanidhi is an unusual personality. And he disguised himself to look like a materialist. He looks like a sense gratifier. You know, he wore nice clothes, and he's chewing pan, and he had nice lace, and he had people fanning him. And on the table, you know, there's so much nice sherbets and namkins, different things to eat. And Gadar is a renounced brahmachari, and he comes and sees Pundarik Vijayanidhi, and he thinks, wow, he doesn't look like a great devotee. You know, look at the guy, you know, so much sense gratification. He's like a Vishayi. He was actually thinking, Gadar was thinking like this, because he's got jewelry and rings, so many rings on the finger. He looked just like a materialist. And Gadar is so renounced, brahmachari, you know, the old torn cloth, ragged cloth, he's a brahmachari. And there's Pundarik looking like a real materialist. And Gadar's thinking, he's a devotee? Is he a devotee? He doesn't know. This is Pundarik Pundarik Vijayanidhi, he would play the part of a materialist just to fool people into thinking he was a materialist. Sometimes, you know, if you show people you're a devotee, they'll go, oh, you're so pious, oh, you're so religious, you know. They don't want anything to do with you, keep away from you. So sometimes it's good to disguise yourself from being a devotee. Just like Prabhupada proved that we could go for book distribution. He said, some parts of the world, it's not so convenient to distribute books if you go as a devotee. And he approved that the devotees could wear ordinary dress and could wear wigs even, and go and distribute books. And that is confirmed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. We see Maharaj Prataparudra. He disguised himself so he could go and meet with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and give service to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Pundarik Vijayanidhi, he disguised himself as a materialist. And Mukunda was there. Mukunda, brother of Vasudev Datta, he was there and he was watching and he could understand the mind of Gadar. That Gadar's doubtful. He's thinking Pundarik is not much of a devotee. So Mukunda sang the beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Aho bhakistam kanakala kutam jagam sayapayanad api asadvi labegatim datri uchitantananyam kamvadayalam sharanam brajema. Right, that verse, you know that verse from the 3rd canto? Uddhava is speaking and he's describing to Vidura, who could be more merciful than Lord Krishna, that he accepted this putana, although this whole Baka means the sister of Bakasura, the sister of Bakasura, Putana, and Stana Kalakutam, she's got this deadly poison on her stana, on her breast, and she's coming to offer her breast milk to Lord Krishna to poison him. But Lord Krishna accepts her and takes her back to Godhead to become one of his nurses in the spiritual world, along with people like Ambika, the nurse of Lord Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. So when this verse was chanted by Mukunda, then Pundarik Vijayanidhi's love for Krishna was awakened, and he fell off his seat and he rolled on the ground and he shed tears, and the whole floor became flooded in his tears and his body trembled, the hair stood on end, he was crying. He could not suppress his emotion, his deep love for Krishna which was awakened. So when Gadar saw that manifestation of love for Krishna, Gadar could understand, Pundarik Vijayanidhi is a great devotee. He is really a super great devotee. Actually, Pundarik Vijayanidhi was one of the very intimate friends of Swarup Damodar Goswami. And as I said, Lord Chaitanya used to call out Pundarik, my father, because Pundarik in Krishna Lila is Maharaj Vrishabhanu, the father of Srimati Radharani. So Gadar Pandit understood that Pundarik Vijayanidhi was really a great devotee. He began to reflect in his mind his offense. He thought, I've been offensive to him. I have not properly honored him. I did not give him proper respect. I had doubts about him. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to Gadar and he told Gadar, you know, it will be proper in this situation. you should accept initiation from Pundarik Vijayanidhi. Accept him as your spiritual master. So in this way, on a proper date, Pundarik Vijayanidhi accepted Gadar Pandit as his disciple and gave him mantra initiation. But as I said, Gadar Pandit was giving initiation to other people, and some people did not have good faith. And in course of time, his heart became polluted by giving the mantra to unqualified persons, and he was not getting realization from his mantra anymore. So he was asking Lord Chaitanya, please give me the mantra again. Lord Chaitanya said, no, you have to get from your Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru is one person. And so then after some time, Pundarik Vijayanidhi came there to Jagannath Puri, and at that time, Pundarik Vijayanidhi gave Gadar Pandit re-initiation. He re-initiated him, taught him the mantra again. So this is the wonderful pastime of Gadar Pandit. Some people will worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with Gadar, and in this way they will come to worship Radha and Krishna. People like Narahari Sakur, who was a great Vaishnava, great devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he worshipped Gaur Gadar in this way, and then worshipped Radha and Krishna. Other people are more inclined to Lord Nityananda, and they worship Lord Chaitanya with Nityananda. It's a different mood. It's more in the mood of the cowherd boys, like Krishna and Balaram. So different moods for different people, but they all give us the absolute truth. They give us the opportunity to develop love of God. Are there any questions? Yes, Prabhu? Give the microphone.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for wonderful pastime you explained. Maharaj, about this Gadar Pandit, as in the first Leela also when Gadar Pandit was going with Mahaprabhu, even not worrying about his Kshetra Sannyas and Gopinath. So externally it looks like that he was not following like system or what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him, some orders. But internally there must be something more, like why he was going. Even he was not like a normal devotee who doesn't understand this. He must be understanding that going back with Lord Chaitanya, he is breaking and he is leaving the service of Gopinath. So why he was going behind Lord Chaitanya, even understanding that.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Go back to Vrinda ki. Hare Krishna.
স্পিকারের অপমান না, এটা ক্লাস শেষ হয় তার মধ্যে লাগিয়ে